Today I will show you how to make a small hut ornament for your Christmas tree. First, make sure the racking handle is in its lowest position. Raise 16 needles on the front bed and place the edge springs on the last needles. Then raise 16 needles on the back bed. You have to observe the needle rule. Rotate the racking handle anti-clockwise to its upper position. Now you can see the needles up close. Raise the pushers under all working needles on the front bed, then arrange them in 1-to-1 division. Now raise the pushers under all working needles on the back bed and arrange them in 1-to-1 division. Set the front lock to HX, the stitch size to 4 and press the left arrow key. Set the back lock to HX, the stitch size to 4 and press the right arrow key. Insert the black strippers and take the yarn. I will use white yarn to make the rolled hem and red for the hat. You can see that I'm using waste yarn for this project. Now knit 8 rows to make the hem. After knitting each row, use the orange ruler and push the needle slightly to tighten the yarn. Then knit the second row and repeat. You can see the yarn between the beds of the machine. Tighten the yarn by gently tapping on the needles on both beds using the orange ruler. This way the yarn will not get tangled and you will have a nice looking hem. I have threaded the machine with 3 strands of yarn and on the last row one of them is not in the hooks of the needles. At this point you can start over or you can fix it using the orange tool. Raise every other needle and attach the yarn to the hooks. If there is a thread sticking out, you can hide it into the hem later. It should look like this. Take the orange ruler and remove all pushers from both beds of the machine. Clear the row counter, then set the front lock to CX and increase the stitch size to 5. Press the 0 key to disengage the arrow key. Set the back lock the same way, CX stitch size 5 and press the 0 key. Move the lock slowly and knit 8 rows. Clear the row counter and change the yarn. Knit 8 rows without changing the settings. Remove the edge springs and take the transferring tool. At each end on the front and back bed, move the 2 end stitches 1 needle in. The stitches must be attached to the hooks, don't pull them behind the latches. After transferring the stitches, make sure all the empty needles are out of working position and knit 6 rows. At this point you can knit without using the edge springs. Pull the knob to lower the front bed and attach weights to the knitting. Take the transferring tool and move the 2 end stitches on both beds 1 needle in. Then knit 6 rows without changing the settings. Again, move the end stitches on both beds 1 needle in. Now knit 6 rows. Continue decreasing the same way until there are 4 needles in working position on each bed. Then you have to knit 4 rows. Use the single transferring tool and move the end stitches 1 needle in. You must have 2 needles in working position on each bed. Now knit 4 rows. Pull the yarn from the lock and cut it. Thread it in the double-eye bodkin tool and pick the stitches. First take the stitches on the front bed from right to left, then take the stitches on the back bed from left to right. Don't forget to remove the weights before taking the stitches. When you pick the last stitch, the head will fall from the machine. It should look like this. Now you have to hide the yarn tails. I will show you how to hide only the cast-off tail. Thread it into a needle and make a big loop. Hold the loop with your finger, then make another loop and pass the needle through it. You can repeat this step to secure the yarn or pull the needle twice through the loop. Then cut the excess yarn. Now you can hang it on the Christmas tree. To make it look even better, I will make a pom-pom. Cut a small piece of yarn, fold it in half and place it on the table. Now start winding the yarn around your finger. Carefully slide the yarn from your finger, place it on the table and tie it with a small yarn piece. I will tie several knots to secure it. Now take small scissors and cut the pom-pom from both sides. Cut the sticking out yarns and shape it like a ball. Now you have to sew it to the top. I will pull the yarn to the inside. I will make several knots, then I will cut the tails short. This is the final result. The hats are very fast and easy to make. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a nice and warm holiday season.